Hello and welcome. Today's lesson is going to be about lateral and surface areas of pyramids and cones. I'm going to start out with the pyramids. Pyramids are solids with one polygon base and triangular sides. So if you notice, the sides of the pyramid is all triangles, and then the base would be a polygon. So in this case, this would be a square pyramid. Now, the formulas are the lateral area is 1/2 the perimeter of the base times what we call the slant height. Basically, the slant height is it connects to the very top of the pyramid and it goes perpendicular to one of the sides of the pyramid. So that's what's called the slant height. And then for the surface area, again, we have the lateral area, which is 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus one base. So let's see here. We're going to find the area of these different pyramids. So here we know that this is going to be a regular pyramid. So basically we know that the base here is a triangle and all the sides are the same. So we're going to start with the lateral area is 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So since the triangle is a regular triangle, then we know that all the sides are the same. So it'll be 3 times 15, which is 45. And then the slant height, they give us to be 20. So now we punch that in the calculator. So we have 1 divided by 2 times 45 times 20, and we get 450. So the lateral area is 450 centimeters square. Our next job is to find the surface area, which is 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus one area of the base. Now, just like when we did prisms and cylinders, this here is the lateral area, so we already have that information. Now the base is a triangle, and so basically if we redraw the base right here, and we know all the sides are the same, and because it's a regular triangle and also all the sides are the same, we know that all the angles are 60, and if I draw the height right there in the middle, then this would be 30. So therefore I can use trigonometry because this would be the opposite and this would be the adjacent. So to find the height, all I have to do is tangent of 30 equals the opposite side, which we know here, this is 15, so each half would be 7.5. So that means my opposite side is 7.5, and my adjacent side would be h. So I switch them around, and let's see if I have more space here. So this would be h equals 7.5 over tangent of 30, and that will be equal to, let's punch it in. Don't forget to check if your calculator's in degrees. I already checked mine, so see here we get 12.9904. So now I can come over here because we know that the area of the base, which is a triangle, is base times height divided by 2. So we have 450 plus the area of the base is 15 times the height, which is 12.9904 divided by 2. Then we're going to put all that in the calculator. So let's do 450 plus 15 times 12.9904, and we divide that by 2, and we get 547, and we round to the nearest tenth, so it'd be 0.4 centimeters squared. So there you go, the lateral area and the surface area of this triangular pyramid. All right, let's go on to the next problem. Problem number 2. Problem number 2, we have a pentagonal pyramid. Okay, so we start out with the formula, which is lateral area equals 1/2 perimeter times length height, and the surface area is 1/2 perimeter length height plus the area of the base. So 1/2, the perimeter would be, here's the side, 8.7, so it'd be 8.7 times the number of sides, which is 5, times the slant height, which they gave us to be 15. So if we plug that in, this would be 1/2 times 8.7 times 5 times 15, and we get the lateral area to be 326.25, and we're going to round to 326.3 inches square. Now, for the surface area, I'm going to use this number because it's not rounded, and I'm going to put it right there because this here is the lateral area. So 326.25. The area of the base is a regular pentagon, so which will be apothem times perimeter divided by 2. So this would be 326.25 plus the apothem, which they gave us to be 6. And we have the perimeter, which is 8.7 times 5 sides over 2. Now let's plug that in the calculator. So we have 326.25 plus 6 times 8.7 times 5 divided by 2, and we get 456.8 inches square. So there we go. There's our surface area and our lateral area. Very good. Let's go on to the next example. The next example, we have a square pyramid. So first thing, I'm going to start with the formulas, which is 1/2 perimeter times length height, and surface area equals 1/2 perimeter times length height plus 1 area at the base. We don't have the side here, so we have 1/2, and when we look for the perimeter, we know they have 4 sides, but we don't have the side of this the base here. And the lateral area is also missing. So we need to find those 2 pieces of information in order to find the lateral area. So let's call this the lateral, the slant height right there. And this we're going to call it X. And notice that this would be X and X. Okay. So basically, because it is a regular pyramid, that means this height that goes inside the pyramid goes right in the middle. So therefore, this would be X, and the other side would be X as well. So basically, let's see what we have here. We have this triangle that is inside there, which is 60. We know that this is length height. We know that this is 10. And we know that this is X. So basically, this would be my opposite side. This would be my adjacent side. And this would be my hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and find both L and X. So to find L, I'm going to do O and A, L. So this would be sine. So it would be sine of 60 equals 10 over H. Or in other words, L. Okay. So then we're going to switch this. So this would be L equals 10 sine of 60. And put in the calculator, 10 divided by sine of 60. So I put in the calculator 10 divided by sine of 60, I get this length height to be 11.5470. Very good. So that means I already have this length height here. So now we're going to find x. So what we're going to do is going to use O and A. So it should be tangent of 60 equals the opposite side 10 over x. We're going to move or switch the x with the tangent of 60. So it'll be x equals 10 over tangent of 60. So that means x equals, let's punch it in the calculator, 10 divided by tangent of 60. We get 5.7735. Now, the side is 2 times x, which will be 2 times 5.7735, which equals to, let's take a look, 2 times 5.7735 gives us 11.547. So basically, we found out that the side of this base is 11.5470 times the slant height, which happens to be exactly the same, 11.547. So if we multiply 1/2 times 4 times 11.547 times 11.547, I get 266.6664, which would round to 266.7 centimeters square. Now let's do the surface area. Surface area, basically we take this here and plug it in here because we know this is the lateral area. So 266.6664 plus the area of the base, which the base is a square, so base times height. So this would be 266.6664 plus the base, which would be 11.547 times the height, which is the same number. So I'm just going to square it there. And then I'll punch it in this in the calculator. So 266.6664 plus 11.547 square. Press enter. And we get 399.9999, which rounds to 400.0 centimeters square. Very good. So that is the surface area for the pyramid and the lateral area. Very good. Let's go on to the next problem. Okay, the next set of problems is going to be about cones. Cones is similar to pyramids, which they have a pointy top, and the base is going to be a circle. Okay, so the formula for the lateral area is pi RL, and for the surface area is pi RL, which is basically the lateral area, plus the area of the base of a circle, which is pi r squared. So let's see how it goes. Here we have a pyramid, and we're going to find the lateral area, so pi RL, and the surface area, which is pi RL plus pi r squared. Okay, so here we have pi, the radius is 9, And in the slant height, we don't have it, so what we can do is use Pythagorean theorem. So this would be 12 squared plus 9 squared equals the slant height squared. We take the square root of both sides. So when we plug it in, we're going to have second square root of 12 squared plus 9 squared, and we get the slant height to be 15. So therefore, we can plug it in here, and then we plug it in. So it'll be second pi 9 times 15, and we get 424.1150, which rounds to 424.1 centimeters squared. Very good. Now we take this and bring it over here, plug it in there. So it'll be sine equals 424.1150 plus pi times the radius 9 squared. So we're going to plug that in the calculator. So 424.1150 plus 9 squared times pi, second pi. And we press it in. And we got 678.6 centimeters square. And there we go. We got the lateral area and the surface area for this cone. Very good. Let's go on to the next one. The next one, again, we're going to do pi RL, and the surface area is pi RL plus pi R squared. We have the radius, which is 5. We do not have the slant height, which would be this one. Now, if you think about 30, 60, 90 triangles and the formulas, we know that H equals 2 times the small, and L equals the long leg equals small leg square root of 3. So for this problem, I need L and I have 5. So basically, I can use this formula right here because the hypotenuse is L and the small leg is 5. So 2 times 5 tells me the slant height is 10. So there we go. Now all I have to do is plug it in the calculator. So 5 times 10 times second pi, press enter. We get 157.0796, and this rounds to 157.1 feet squared. Now, to find the surface area, I'm going to take this and plug it in here. So we got 157.0796 plus pi. The radius is 5 squared. And we get 157.0796 plus second pi times 5 squared. Press enter, we get 235.6 feet squared. And there we go. We got the surface area and the lateral area of this cone. All right, let's our last example here. Again, the key is always write down the formula. That way you plug it in every number that is necessary to solve it. So we have pi, the radius here is something that we don't know. So let's find that out using Pythagorean theorem. This would be 12 squared plus the radius squared equals 13 squared. So that means we're going to subtract 12 squared from both sides. So I'm going to get radius squared equals 13 squared minus 12 squared. Take the square root of both sides. We got the radius equals So 13 squared minus 12 squared, we get 5. So the radius is 5. All right, very good. So that was pretty good. And the slant height we know is 13. So let's plug that in. 5 times 13 times second pi, we get 204.2035. So the lateral area we rounded to 204.2 centimeters squared. Very good. Now we're going to take this and plug it in right here. So this would be the surface area is 204.2 plus pi, the radius we found to be 5. So this would be 204.2 plus second pi times 5 squared, and we get 282.7 centimeters squared. And there we go. So here today we learned about how to find the lateral area and surface area of pyramids and cones. I hope this lesson was helpful. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day. Bye bye.